Have you ever wondered why certain people can't stop thinking about you, even when no words are spoken? That invisible thread pulling their attention back to you is not luck. It's the silent conversation of the soul. And when you learn to use it, you no longer chase. They begin to make you their first priority. There is a deeper level of connection between two human beings that goes beyond physical presence, beyond spoken language, beyond even time and distance. It is the realm where thoughts become bridges and emotions become messengers. Every day you are already engaged in telepathic conversations without even realizing it. The unspoken energy you hold, the silent dialogues you rehearse in your imagination, are constantly reaching others in ways you cannot see with your eyes, but can feel in your heart. When you understand this truth, you will stop wondering if you are enough, and you will start realizing that your inner world has the power to reorder your outer world. The greatest secret is that the person you want to make you their priority is already tuned to your frequency. The question is, what are you transmitting? Are you sending out signals of lack, fear, and desperation? Or are you radiating the unshakable conviction that you are already chosen? Because the moment you shift the conversation within, the moment you decide to communicate from love, security, and self-worth, they cannot resist but to respond. They may not even understand why their heart and mind keep returning to you, but they will feel it deeply. This is the art of becoming unforgettable without forcing, the art of making yourself their first thought in the morning and their last thought at night. Imagine closing your eyes tonight and seeing them clearly in your inner world. You do not beg, you do not plead, you simply speak in the language of certainty. You imagine them looking at you with complete devotion. You imagine them telling you, "You are the one I choose. You are the one I need." As you dwell in this conversation long enough, the lines between imagination and reality blur. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. And when your energy convinces your mind convinces their heart. This is how telepathic conversation works, not through forcing words, but through embodying emotions so strongly that they ripple into another person's being. Many people make the mistake of obsessing, wondering why they are not being valued. They check their phone, replay old memories, or worry endlessly about being forgotten. But every thought of lack is another message sent. I am not enough. I am waiting for you to decide my worth. And the energy received on the other end matches it. That's why silence must be filled with strength, not doubt. Telepathic connection doesn't respond to worry. It responds to faith. When you radiate self-worth, when you imagine from the end where you are already cherished, they feel it without you saying a word. They start prioritizing you, because deep inside they cannot escape the magnetism of your inner certainty. This is not manipulation. This is alignment. You are not bending someone's will against their choice. You are awakening their heart to the truth you already hold. The person you long for is not separate from you. They are a reflection of the energy you are projecting. If you keep affirming within that you are second best, that you are an option, then you keep attracting behaviors that confirm it. But the moment you rise into the conviction that you are irreplaceable, that you are the main character in your story, everything changes. The telepathic conversation shifts from lack to abundance, from longing to possession. Think of the last time someone randomly came to your mind, and moments later, they texted you. That was not coincidence. That was telepathic conversation. Energy travels faster than words. And when you practice sending out only thoughts that affirm your chosen reality, you will see evidence everywhere. They may suddenly reach out, they may start showing unusual attention, or they may confess they couldn't stop thinking about you. It is not magic. It is focus. What you think consistently becomes the script they follow unconsciously. So tonight, instead of lying awake questioning your worth, have the conversation in your imagination. Picture them telling you what you've always wanted to hear. Feel the emotions as though it is happening right now. Thank them in advance for the love, devotion, and loyalty they are giving you. When doubts creep in, do not entertain them. Replace them with a stronger voice. I am already their first priority. I am already chosen. This repetition is not empty. It is programming. And as surely as a seed produces after its kind, Your inner dialogue produces outer experience. Do not be fooled by silence in the physical world. Just because you don't see results immediately doesn't mean the telepathic conversation isn't working. Seeds planted beneath the soil are invisible at first, but that does not mean they are dead. In the same way, every thought and feeling you send out is a seed, and when nurtured in faith, it must grow. If you persist in your inner conversation long enough, it will break through the surface of reality in ways that even surprise you. This is why patience and persistence are essential. The ones who give up too quickly never see the harvest of their inner work. Remember this: you cannot expect others to make you their priority if you do not make yourself your own. The telepathic dialogue you hold with yourself is just as important as the one you hold with them. When you affirm your worth, when you celebrate your uniqueness, when you live in joy without waiting for anyone's validation, the energy becomes irresistible. They feel your wholeness, and wholeness is magnetic. People chase what they cannot control, and nothing is more uncontrollable than someone who already knows they are enough. In this invisible world of thoughts and emotions, you are always speaking. You are either declaring yourself loved or unloved, chosen or forgotten, worthy or unworthy. The universe does not choose for you. It simply reflects what you declare most consistently. So make your declaration tonight. Decide that you are already first in their heart, already the one they cannot resist, already the one they prioritize without hesitation. Speak it within, until it becomes so natural that you no longer wonder if it's working. You just know it is. And when you know, the results are inevitable. Their behavior will start to change. Their actions will align with your inner world. They may suddenly prioritize time with you, cancel other plans just to see you, or openly admit how much they need you in their life. But understand this: it is not their change that validates you. It is your self-assurance that created the change. You were always the power behind the connection. You were always the silent voice shaping the outcome. The telepathic conversation is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is not spoken with lips, but with the language of belief. Every time you choose faith over doubt, love over fear, certainty over desperation, you are rewriting the script of your relationship. The world bends to the dialogue you sustain within. So ask yourself, what script will you repeat tonight? One where you are waiting and wondering, or one where you are already the priority, already loved, already fulfilled? The choice is yours, and once you make it, reality cannot resist but to follow. Hold that silent dialogue, not just once, but continually. Live from the end, where the love you desire is already yours. Radiate it, embody it, breathe it, and soon the one you long for will have no choice but to align with the voice that has been speaking to them all along, the voice of your conviction. So don't wait. Tonight before you sleep, begin the conversation. Speak silently to their soul, not with begging but with assurance. Tell them, I am your first priority. I am your deepest love. I am the one you choose, every single time. Feel it, believe it, hold it, and watch as the invisible dialogue turns into visible reality. They will chase you, not because you demanded it, but because your energy made it impossible to do anything else. You are more powerful than you realize. The invisible conversation is happening right now. Choose your words wisely. Choose your energy deliberately, and the world will rearrange to prove you right. Every thought you entertain carries energy, and that energy becomes a telepathic message sent to the very person you desire. Even when no words are spoken, your emotions are speaking louder than your voice ever could. If you dwell in fear, they feel fear. If you dwell in love, they feel love. This invisible transmission is happening constantly, whether you are aware of it or not. That's why it is so important to guard your mind and train it to speak only what you want reflected back to you. You are never just thinking for yourself. You are also influencing others with the energy of those thoughts. By mastering this, you learn to become deliberate in sending the vibration of being chosen, loved, and prioritized. When you hold an inner conversation of certainty, it becomes impossible for the other person not to feel it. They may not know why they are suddenly drawn to you, but they will feel the pull. Assurance in your imagination makes them see you differently, as if something magnetic surrounds you. Confidence is silent, yet it shouts louder than words in the telepathic realm. When you keep repeating within, I am their priority, it registers deeply in their subconscious mind. They begin to mirror your self-assurance, because people can only respond to the energy you project. By speaking within yourself with authority, you train them to give you the respect and devotion you deserve. Doubt, desperation, and fear may seem like harmless thoughts, but in reality, they send strong signals of lack. Each time you replay, what if I'm not enough? Or what if they don't choose me? You are writing a script that invites neglect. The telepathic conversation works both ways. It can bring closeness or create distance depending on what you fuel it with. Certainty, however, changes everything. When you declare yourself loved and prioritized, the energy flows differently, and the response follows naturally. Attraction is not born out of begging. It is born out of knowing. When you radiate that knowing, they have no choice but to feel it and respond to it. The invisible dialogue is not manipulation. It is alignment. You are not forcing someone's will. You are awakening the truth of the bond you already share. Manipulation comes from fear. Alignment comes from love and conviction. When you decide within yourself that you are worthy of being first, you align with the energy where that reality already exists. The person you love is not separate from you in this unseen space. Their mind and heart are connected to yours, and your faith bridges that connection. To speak telepathically is simply to affirm what is already true in spirit until it manifests in the physical world. Imagination is not a game. It is the blueprint of reality. What you vividly picture in your mind is what they unconsciously respond to. If you see them loving you, cherishing you, and making you their number one, they will feel the weight of that energy. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. That's why rehearsing the scene of already being their priority is so powerful. Over time, their actions will naturally align with the picture you have been holding. They are being trained by the energy you persistently send, even without a spoken word. Seeds don't sprout the moment you plant them, and neither do manifestations. Patience and persistence are the silent allies of telepathic conversation. When you keep watering your inner dialogue with faith, you are ensuring its growth, even if you don't see it right away. Too many give up too quickly and never see the harvest of their inner work. But those who persist in the unseen always reap the reward in the seen. Every day you sustain the belief, you are building momentum in the invisible realm. And when the time is right, the results will burst forth so naturally that it feels as though it was always meant to be. The foundation of every telepathic dialogue is your self-worth. If you treat yourself as an afterthought, others will treat you the same way. But when you honor yourself, respect yourself, and value your own presence, others are compelled to follow that script. People mirror the energy you hold within. The love you give to yourself becomes the example for how others love you. By making yourself worthy in your own imagination, you train them to prioritize you without resistance. Self-worth is not arrogance. It is recognition of your inherent value. And when you recognize it, others cannot help but recognize it too. Desperation pushes people away, while completeness pulls them closer. When you radiate a sense of being whole, confident, and fulfilled, others chase you because wholeness is magnetic. People instinctively want what they cannot control, and they cannot control someone who is already enough within themselves. Needing nothing makes you irresistible, because you broadcast strength and security. The chase begins not when you beg for attention, but when you withdraw the need for it. Love yourself fully, stand in your wholeness, and they will move toward you naturally. It is never about demanding attention, but about embodying energy that attracts it. The unseen always rules the seen. The beliefs you hold within become the behaviors you witness outside. This is not imagination alone. It is the law of existence. If you live in fear of being forgotten, you will see actions that confirm that fear. If you live in certainty of being chosen, you will see actions that confirm that certainty. Reality bends to the persistent inner script you sustain. Every outer movement, is just an echo of what has already been decided in the invisible. That is why your first task is not to chase actions but to master thoughts. Because once your inner dialogue is consistent, their behavior will have no choice but to reflect it. The path to becoming someone's first priority begins with making yourself your own. When you prioritize your peace, your growth, and your joy, you unconsciously teach others that you cannot be treated as an option. You no longer wait for them to validate you. You validate yourself first. This shifts the entire energy dynamic. They begin to chase because they feel your independence, your wholeness, and your certainty. You stop asking to be chosen and instead live as though you already are. And the world, including the one you desire, falls in line with the priority you have already become within yourself.